Okay, this is not gonna be let's see if I can hear myself now. Okay, this is not gonna be a typical set of rants. What I'm gonna do right now is talk about Joe Biden and the Build Back Better plan. I'm sure you all remember back when there was a big hoop-de-doo about the car companies going out of business when everything just fell apart and suddenly Ford, General Motors, Saab, Volvo, all of these companies couldn't make it anymore. The economy was bad and it wasn't going to get any better, so they just kind of what happened was they gave $5 billion here, $5 billion there, 15 here, 15 there. General Motors was asking for 15, while Ford was only asking for 5. Saab wanted 70. Volvo wanted 5 or 10 or whatever. We might call these foreign car companies and everything else, and they have nothing to do with the Build Back Better plan, but I think that you're going to find yourself in a bit of a hard press to prove that, because all these companies have delivery systems and part systems that work within the United States in order to sell the cars globally. Well, anyway, we spent $500 billion to save these goddamn car companies. And it was totally unnecessary. We should have let them fail. Now we have this Build Back Better plan that's $1.2 trillion, double the amount we just gave away to the car companies and said, yeah. And then they did this weird ass thing where they said, okay, well, the car company's going to pay us back. We give them $5 billion here, and they're going to pay us back 15 and whatever. The only thing is that they paid us back with our own money. We gave them $5 billion. They said, okay, we're going to give you back your $5 billion, and we're going to give it back to you as quickly as possible. But they waited until 2 years later when they got government subsidies that equaled $11 billion. And they said, okay, now we're going to pay you back the $5 billion that we owe you because you just gave us $11 billion. So they had no out-of-pocket cash whatsoever. Anyway, the whole fucking thing wound up costing the United States and other countries a total of $600 billion. What if we had told those car companies, well, screw you, we don't need your cars anymore? What if we took that $500 billion and rebuilt all of the rail systems and said, we have too many cars. There's 3 cars for every person on the road in the United States. So that means that we have 2/3 too many cars. Let's cut that down. Let's cut it down to whatever it is now. Whatever you're complaining about, we're gonna give that a run. We're gonna take that ball and run with it. We're just gonna say, hey, yeah, we're not gonna give you $500 billion. We're gonna rebuild all our highways, all our Amtrak ways. We're going to build new rail systems. And those people that work in the auto industry, they're going to change their jobs to rebuild the American infrastructure. Those steel workers that are working in the car factories and everything else, those steel workers will be building bridges. Those steel workers will be building train cars. Those steel workers will be building buses, transportation systems, mass transportation systems. And did that happen? No. Now Joe Biden is asking for $1.2 trillion to build back America better. And he was in Congress at the time, and he voted for this crazy-ass bailout plan. So don't ever tell me that the Democrats aren't as bad as the Republicans when it comes to money. They just give it away in a different way. So here we are stuck with a bunch of debt. Still, a bunch of debt is left over from the car companies failing. We still got back our own money. So they never paid us a dime or nickel or penny farthing if you're from the UK. So what do we do with this thinking now, why should we trust you to build back better and save the country when you had your chance, when you had the money in your hand, you just gave it away to a bunch of large companies that didn't need it? Why should we trust the government to actually do something with the money this time? I don't trust them at all. And maybe I'm a pessimist, but hey, that's just the way I think. You can't really say that you haven't thought about it either. Maybe you haven't, but now I'm putting it in your head. Think about it. Next time the government starts asking for large sums of money, think about how much money they've given away. Just given away and asked to be paid back, but then were paid back with their own funds. And this has happened time after time after time since the 1920. I think it started in 1923. Since 1923, this consistent fold over of money to large corporations has been happening, and then those corporations get subsidies and claim that they're paying back the government with those subsidies, and then they ask for new subsidies. I hope that this goes a lot better than it did before, but I don't think it will. I don't think that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris can fix what's wrong with the Republican Party or what's wrong with the Democratic Party. So $1.2 trillion, again, down the drain, going to large corporations for building a system that they will never build. They're talking about Build Back Better. We're going to get bridges, we're going to get better jobs and everything else. This is not going to happen. Not only is it not going to happen, it's going to happen in a fashion where the people on the street aren't going to really get any benefits from it. Now, I'm going to stop this rant right here and continue on into my next rant with about Neil deGrasse Tyson and the space program. Yeah, because there's never a bunch of grifters. If you want to know why people are not taking their vaccinations right now and why these people don't believe in science now, see my next video because I'll explain it all to you.